You've heard stories of pirates battling storms, navy fleets, and deadly mutinies, but one of their most vicious enemies was lice. Tiny, bloodthirsty, unrelenting, and crawling across every scalp on the ship. This wasn't just annoying, it was an epidemic. By the mid-1700s, lice were everywhere at sea, infesting beards, burrowing in long hair, and spreading disease faster than cannon fire. The itching was constant, the biting worse. Pirates scratched themselves raw, some bled, some went mad, and when the situation got out of hand, the captain didn't yell, "All hands on deck!" He yelled, "Shave, everyone." Yes, really, an official shave-all order. Every pirate, every beard, every tangled mess of hair, gone. Not for style, but for survival. Let's dive into the dirty, itchy history of why 18th century pirates shaved it all off, and what happened when they didn't. Spoiler, it got pretty gross. Lice weren't just gross, they were deadly. You see, out on the open sea, pirates didn't bathe often. Fresh water was for drinking, not washing, so bodies went weeks, sometimes months, without a proper rinse. And with dozens of men packed into tiny sleeping quarters, sweating, coughing, and sharing hammocks. Lice spread like wildfire. They crawled into clothes, beards, bedrolls, even food sacks. Some pirates accidentally ate them. Yes, eaten. Lice. But the worst part? Lice carried disease. Typhus, trench fever, skin infections. Once lice infected a crew, sickness followed. And unlike a sword wound, you couldn't fight this enemy. One infected crewmate could take down half the ship. Fevers, hallucinations, death. That's why the shave-all order wasn't optional. It was war against an invisible crawling army, and pirates had to get creative because razors were few, soap was rare, and some men refused to shave, which led to fights, forced shaving, and in some cases, mutiny. When a shave-all order came down, the ship turned into a barbershop from hell. No fancy chairs, no soft towels, just pirates. Sharp razors meant a bucket of seawater. Some were shaved above deck, in the wind. Others below, lit only by lanterns, swatting lice as they cut. There were no mirrors, no disinfectants, just shaky hands and a lot of yelling. The razors? Rusty. The blades? Shared. One pirate got nicked so badly during a shave, they thought he'd been in a duel. Hair was everywhere, clogging the deck, falling into soup, floating off the rails like dead seaweed. And the smell? Wet hair, blood, and unwashed scalp. It was enough to make a shark turn away. But the worst part? The bucket. Every few minutes, they'd rinse the razors in it. A disgusting stew of lice, blood, grease, and seawater. It bubbled with life. Literally. Veteran pirates called it the itch pot. And if you refuse to shave, well, let's just say you might wake up bald anyway. After the shave came relief. The itching faded, the lice were gone, mostly, and pirates started to feel human again. But staying clean, that was a whole different battle. Remember, there were no showers, no shampoo, no antibacterial soap, so pirates had to improvise. Some rubbed ash into their skin to kill remaining lice eggs. Others used vinegar when they could steal it from the galley. And believe it or not, urine was a common cleanser. Yes, their own. Pee was considered cleansing by 18th century standards. Gross? Absolutely. But on a pirate ship, it worked. They also rotated hammocks, burned the lice-infested ones when possible, washed clothes in salt water, hung them in the sun if there was any. The shaved heads made spotting lice easier, and with no hair, they dried off faster after storms. Less chance for mold and scalp rot. Pirates even gave nicknames to each other post-shave. Baldy Bill, the Gleamer. Egghead Ed. Not exactly royal titles, but it kept morale up. Cleaner, smooth-scalped, and slightly less disgusting. They returned to the sea, and the lice, for now, defeated. The shave-all order might sound like a funny footnote in pirate history, but it worked. It saved lives, it stopped outbreaks, and it became one of the first hygiene mandates at sea. Navies later adopted similar rules. Sailors on long voyages were required to cut their hair short, clean their hammocks, and boil their clothes weekly. All because pirates, rough, reckless, misunderstood pirates, figured out something before science did. Clean heads, less death. And while pirates still battled storms, gunfire, and hunger, they never forgot the war they fought against lice. In fact, some pirate captains made shaving day a monthly ritual. A disgusting tradition, yes, but a necessary one. So next time you think about pirates, don't just picture parrots and gold. Picture itchy scalps, dirty razors, and a crew screaming over a rusty bucket of lice water, because that was real pirate life. And if you learned something grossly fascinating today, don't forget to subscribe. We've got plenty more unheard history coming your way.